everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a budget closeout for the month of August, and this has been quite late in the making, but I still wanted to go ahead with it. So here I am sharing my real numbers. I have already written out everything, so I will just do a rundown with you all. The amount that I budgeted for the month of August was 70,290, and this is not the actual income for the month of August because I like to set aside 25% of my business earnings into their own respective savings. So 70,290 is the amount that I budgeted. So into savings, I put 2,000 like how I always do. These categories that I've highlighted in green are my fixed expenses, and the amount for my fixed expenses remains the same most of the months. Except for some months when I have other things to budget for, I tweak a little. But my siblings fund, SIP, EMI, RD, and my room rent and my subscription, these categories I cannot tweak even if I want to. So when I tweak it, when there are some other priorities that I need to budget for, then I play around with my LIC or my ration money. Otherwise, the rest of it are automated, and the rest of it have to remain constant. So in the month of August, I was able to budget for all of my fixed expenses categories, and that added up to 33,875 rupees. And there was also a cash flow category for which I budgeted 8,067 rupees. And cash flow category for me are those categories that come up on particular months, and this is not constant for every month, like savings, fixed expenses, variable expenses, my sinking funds, and my financial goal. These are things that I budget for every month, but cash flow differs from month to month. And so in the month of August, I had to budget 8,067 into my cash flow category because there were some things that I had to budget for because things came up and I had to budget for that. Like for example, in the month of October, I have my birthday, so then that becomes a cash flow category because some people save up for their birthdays, but I don't save up for my birthday, so I only budget for my birthday on my birthday month. So in the month of October, my birthday becomes a cash flow category for me. So that was 8067, and then these categories that I've highlighted in pink are my variable categories. So my variable categories that added up to 18,200 rupees. My food and groceries got 5,500, petrol was 3,200, personal was 4,000, and miscellaneous I budgeted 5,500. And then this purple indicates my sinking fund categories. The total for my sinking fund was 2,800. Car maintenance got 500. I like to budget 1,000 or 1,200 rupees into my car maintenance category, but whenever there's a cash flow category that comes up and I have to budget for such expenses, that's when my sinking fund category starts to suffer a little bit. It gets affected. Medical got 400, pets got 400, and family trip, which I was supposed to budget 3,000 into, I budgeted only 1,500 for the month of August. And then the last category is my financial goal category, and I was able to put 5348, that's 5,348 rupees into my financial goals in the month of August. And this money went into my financial goal number 3, that was to pay off a personal loan of 13,200 rupees. This is how I budgeted for the month of August. And when it comes to my savings, my fixed expenses, my cash flow category, and my financial goals, whatever number that I've written here is what I spent in each of these categories. But when it comes to my variable expenses and my sinking funds, I sometimes have money that I carry over from the previous month, and I'll explain it. I have written it down here. I have a chart here where I have a beginning balance and have a plus sign. This is what the amount that I'm budgeting for in the present month. Like for this budget, it's the month of August. And then this is the amount that is the actual budget for the month. I'll give you an example. Like for my car maintenance category, the beginning balance was 500 rupees, and this is the amount that I carried over from the month of July into the month of August. And then in the month of August, I budgeted 500 rupees in the car maintenance, which you can see here. I'll just open it up. Which means I have 1,000 rupees budgeted for car maintenance category in the month of August. I like to carry over whatever is left in these 8 categories to the next month. That way, sometimes it becomes a really big help. Sometimes we tend to go over budget. If I have some carryover that I'm taking from the previous month, that helps a lot. So like for food and groceries, petrol, personal and for miscellaneous, I didn't have any money that I was carrying over from the month of July. And in the month of August, I budgeted all this amount here, and so the budgeted amount for these four categories is the same which I budgeted here. But for my car maintenance, my pets and family trip, I have money that I'm carrying over from the month of July. And so when I budget 500 into car maintenance, the amount that budgeted for the month is 1000. Similarly, for pets, I had 750 that I was carrying over from the month of July, and I budgeted 400 rupees, and I had a total amount of 1250 for the month. And same with family trip, I had carried over 3000 rupees and I budgeted 15. So the total amount that was budgeted is 4500. And then the next section is my ending balance for these categories. I write down my expenses and I subtract those expenses from the budgeted amount, and that's how I get my ending balance. I also use an app in my phone, and that makes it so much more easier because I can take it with me on the go. So I'll try to share it on the screen. It's not connected to my bank accounts. I have been using this app for I think 2 years now, and I like it because it's very simple. You can use it offline as well, you don't have to be online. So for the month of August, since I had budgeted 5500 in food and groceries and the ending balance is 370, that means the total amount that I spent in food and groceries 5130. Petrol, I have an ending balance of 600 rupees and I had budgeted 3200, so the amount that I spent is 2600. Personal category, the ending balance was 337, which means I had spent 3663 on it. Miscellaneous, I had an ending balance of 30, which means I spent 5470. And in the car maintenance fund, I had budgeted 1000 and I had an ending balance of 1000, which means there was no expenses. And in medical, I had an ending balance of 324 while I had budgeted 400 rupees. So the expense was 76 rupees. This was for an over-the-counter medicine that I took. And pets category, I had a total amount of 1250 budgeted for the month and the ending balance was 1150, which means I spent 100 rupees. And then into family trip, I didn't spend anything because this is something that I'm saving up. So in the month of August, I didn't go over budget in any of the categories, and the total for the ending balance is 8311. So this is the money that I'll be carrying over to the month of September as well. So this is my budget closeout for the month of August, and I feel like this video was a mess. I'm going to have a hard time editing this video. And if you're still watching, thank you so much for watching. And if you like the video, do not forget to press the like button and subscribe. I hope to see you soon in my next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.